For decades, the so-called special relationship between Washington and London has been rooted as much in intelligence sharing as in diplomacy. The Central Intelligence Agency and MI6, tied together through the Five Eyes network, were often portrayed as inseparable. They were partners in covert wars, surveillance programs, and proxy conflicts across the globe. This deep collaboration was long considered a cornerstone of Western security. It represented an unparalleled level of trust and operational synergy between two of the world's most formidable intelligence apparatuses. Yet, beneath the surface, significant shifts are now underway. Retired CIA officer and former State Department official Larry Johnson observes a profound change. He states, there is now a cooling of the relationship between the US and British governments, and particularly between the CIA and MI6. The signs of this strain are becoming increasingly difficult to ignore. Recent events have brought this growing tension into sharp focus. The British press, for instance, raised considerable alarm over Donald Trump's stance on US-UK intelligence cooperation. This concern intensified following the controversial rejection of veteran CIA officer Tom Sylvester. Sylvester was expected to serve as the primary liaison with MI6 on Ukraine matters. His rejection as station chief in London sent a clear signal of displeasure from the American side. Ukraine is an area where British and American intelligence agencies have been deeply enmeshed, making this decision particularly impactful. Further widening the rift, CBS revealed a significant directive from Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard. She barred intelligence sharing on Russia-Ukraine talks with Five Eyes partners, including the UK, Australia, Canada, and New Zealand, starting July 20th. For London, long accustomed to privileged access, this was nothing short of a direct affront. This move by the DNI marked a stark departure from established protocols. It signaled a new era of guarded information, even among the closest allies. The implications for future joint operations are profound. As Johnson observes, this shift may not be solely about Ukraine. He suggests it could also be about accountability. Johnson implies a payback element to Trump's distancing, stating, Donald Trump knows or should know that MI6 played a very active role in Russiagate. The question of dependency within this alliance is critical. Johnson bluntly argues that MI6 is far more reliant on Langley than the other way around. He insists, really, the CIA doesn't need MI6. MI6 needs the CIA more so because it does not have the collection assets that the US does. This assessment highlights a fundamental asymmetry in capabilities. The sheer scale and technological superiority of American intelligence gathering are unmatched. This often places the British in a position of seeking access to US resources. And yet, the British do bring something invaluable to the table. Their strategic geography and well-positioned listening posts across Europe are crucial. These assets are vital for intercepting Russian communications and movements, providing unique insights. The Five Eyes system itself thrives on such cross-pollination. Sometimes it involves US technology run by the British, other times the reverse. That delicate balance, however, is beginning to look less like seamless cooperation and more like burgeoning competition. Perhaps the most explosive aspect of Johnson's warning concerns MI6's potential independent actions. He claims that MI6 might now bypass the CIA entirely and work directly with Ukraine. This possibility raises uncomfortable questions about the future of covert operations. Johnson states, the US and Britain have been working closely together, coordinating operations, including terrorist attacks, military attacks, intelligence operations, information operations, with respect to Russia's and the conflict in Ukraine. This suggests a deep level of past coordination. The prospect of Britain escalating covert activities on its own is significant. Does MI6 history of paramilitary and subversive operations make it more reckless than its American counterpart? This independent streak could lead to unforeseen consequences. If London strikes out independently, what repercussions could follow for the already volatile war in Ukraine? Unilateral actions by a major intelligence agency could further destabilize the region. They might also complicate diplomatic efforts. For years, the CIA-MI6 bond was framed as unshakable. It was presented as an unbreakable alliance of spies who trusted each other more than their own governments. This narrative fostered an image of unwavering solidarity. But as Trump, Gabbard, and a shifting global balance of power reshape US intelligence priorities, that myth is starting to crumble. The foundations of this long-standing partnership are showing visible cracks. The era of unquestioning collaboration may be drawing to a close. Washington may still value British access points and assets, London may still crave American power and reach. Yet what is happening now looks less like a partnership and more like a divorce in slow motion. The implications extend beyond intelligence circles, impacting geopolitical stability. As Johnson concludes, MI6 shows no sign of giving up sowing trouble in Ukraine. This suggests a continued, perhaps even intensified, British involvement. The real question is whether the CIA will continue to bankroll Britain's adventures, or will Trump's America finally call time on a relationship that some now believe has outlived its usefulness? The answer will shape the future of Western intelligence cooperation.